Hello, my friend. I'm Dr. Candace Pert, a specialist in men's health, longevity, and intimate well-being in the second half of life. And today, I want to talk to you about something that muchos hombres over 60 consider almost inevitable: an enlarging prostate that quietly steals comfort, confidence, and quality of sleep. For years, you may have heard the same discouraging message. Once the prostate grows, that's it. It only gets worse with age. But your body has much more potential than that, and tonight I want to show you how a single, simple exercise can become your daily natural ally to help your prostate calm down and function better. Let's begin by breaking a very common myth. Many men believe the prostate is like a fixed piece of hardware. Once it enlarges, the only real options are strong pills, invasive procedures, or eventually surgery. In reality, the prostate is living tissue surrounded by muscles, blood vessels, and nerves that respond constantly to how you move, how you breathe, and how you treat your body. Your gland does not live in isolation. It lives in the middle of your pelvis, right where circulation, hormones, inflammation, and muscle tone meet. That means your daily habits can either push it toward more swelling and congestion or gently guide it toward more balance and relief. If you're watching this, you probably know the symptoms from personal experience. You stand at the toilet, and it takes a while to start. The stream is weaker than it used to be. Sometimes it stops and starts again. You finish, but a few drops still leak into your underwear afterwards. At night, your bladder wakes you up once, twice, maybe 3 or 4 times. You look for the bathroom wherever you go. Long car rides or social events become a small source of anxiety. You may feel older than your age, not because of your mind or your spirit, but because your body no longer feels under your control. On top of that, there's something most men don't talk about out loud: the emotional impact. Frequent trips to the bathroom, worrying about accidents, feeling that your intimate organs are failing you. All of this can quietly hurt your confidence. Some men begin to withdraw. They cancel plans, avoid intimacy, or joke about their old man bladder, while feeling a little broken inside. I want you to know, you are not broken. Your body is sending a signal, and the good news is that simple, focused movement can help answer that signal. Before I reveal the exercise, let me explain why movement is so important here. When you spend hours sitting, in the car, at the computer, in front of the television, the muscles in your hips and pelvis stay inactive, and blood flow to the lower abdomen slows down. The veins and lymphatic vessels around the prostate can become congested, like a river with a dam. That congestion encourages swelling, discomfort, and more urinary symptoms. At the same time, extra weight around the waist, low muscle mass, and poor circulation create an internal environment where inflammation is more likely to grow. All of this quietly adds pressure to your prostate. The exercise I want to share with you is something I call the pelvic power walk. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary walk. You don't need equipment, a gym membership, or a complicated routine. But when you add 3 specific elements: posture, breathing, and pelvic floor activation, you transform a simple walk into a targeted practice that supports better circulation, drainage, and muscular control around your prostate. Think of it as turning a casual stroll into a natural therapy session for your pelvis. Let's start with posture. Picture yourself standing up right now. Many men let the belly drop forward, the lower back collapse, and the shoulders round. This position compresses the lower abdomen and tightens the front of the hips, exactly where we want space and openness. For the pelvic power walk, imagine a string gently lifting the crown of your head toward the sky. Your chin is level with the ground, not pointing up or down. Your shoulders soften and drop away from your ears. Your chest opens just enough to allow free breathing, without exaggeration. Your knees are slightly relaxed, not locked. Your pelvis is neutral, not pushed forward or tilted backward. This tall, relaxed posture creates room inside the pelvis and prepares the area for better blood flow. Next comes breathing. Most of us, especially under stress, breathe in a shallow way, lifting mainly the upper chest. For your prostate, we want deep, calm breathing that invites movement in the belly and massages the organs from the inside. Place one hand on your abdomen. Inhale slowly through your nose and feel your belly expand under your hand, like a gentle balloon. Exhale softly through your mouth, as if blowing through a straw, and feel the belly fall. This is not forced, it is smooth and rhythmic. Deep breathing like this relaxes the nervous system, lowers tension in the pelvic floor, and supports better oxygen and nutrient delivery to the tissues. Now we arrive at the heart of the exercise, the pelvic floor muscles. These are the muscles you would use if you wanted to stop the flow of urine or prevent gas from escaping. To locate them, imagine you are trying to discreetly hold everything in. You will feel a subtle lift at the base of the pelvis, inside the body. It is not a squeeze of the buttocks, not a tightening of the thighs, but a gentle closing and lifting around the urethra and anus. Once you have identified this feeling, remember something very important. You do not train these muscles while urinating. Stopping the urine stream repeatedly can disturb bladder function and is not recommended. Use that mental image only as a guide to find the correct muscles, then practice away from the bathroom. Now let's put everything together. Begin walking at a comfortable pace where you can still speak in full sentences, but feel that you are doing some work. Your posture is tall, your shoulders relaxed, your eyes looking forward, not at the ground. Start with a few cycles of deep belly breathing without adding anything else. Inhale for 4 easy steps. Exhale for 4 steps. Once that feels natural, we gently add the pelvic floor. As you inhale for 4 steps, keep the pelvic floor relaxed. As you exhale for the next 4 steps, gently contract those muscles, about 1/3 of your maximum strength, as if you were lightly lifting something inside your pelvis. When the exhale ends, release completely and let the muscles rest. Then repeat. Relax on the inhale, gently lift on the exhale, then release. What is happening inside your body when you do this? With every step, the muscles in your legs act as a pump, pushing blood back up toward the heart. When you add rhythmic pelvic floor contractions, you create a second local pump that helps move blood and lymphatic fluid through the vessels around the prostate and bladder. This combination encourages drainage of stagnant fluid, brings more oxygen and nutrients into the area, and can gradually reduce that sense of heaviness and congestion many men feel in the pelvis. The gland may not literally melt away overnight, but the internal environment becomes less hostile and more supportive of a healthier size and function. At the same time, you are training the muscular hammock that supports your bladder and urethra. Many urinary problems are not only about prostate volume, they are also about how strong and responsive your pelvic floor is. A better conditioned pelvic floor can help reduce dribbling, improve the quality of the urine stream, and make it easier to delay the urge to go. These muscles also participate in intimate function, helping maintain blood within the tissues and supporting a sense of control. When they are strong but flexible, both bladder control and intimate well-being tend to improve. There is another powerful layer to this exercise: its effect on your metabolism and overall inflammation. Regular walking helps your body use insulin more efficiently, reduces excess fat around the abdomen, and lowers the chronic, silent inflammation that slowly damages blood vessels and organs. Because the prostate is surrounded by tiny blood vessels, anything that protects those vessels will also support the gland. When you turn sitting time into walking time, you are not just working on your heart or your weight. You are changing the internal chemistry that influences how your prostate behaves. Sleep is another important piece of the puzzle. Many men tell me that the most exhausting part of prostate enlargement is waking up multiple times at night. When you walk regularly during the day, especially earlier rather than just before bed, your circulation becomes more efficient at handling fluids. Your body is more likely to process and eliminate extra fluid while you are awake, which can reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom. In addition, the deep, rhythmic breathing of the pelvic power walk sends a calming message to your nervous system. Over time, this can improve the quality of your sleep, which then supports hormone balance, energy levels, and immune health, creating a positive circle instead of a negative one. Now let's talk about how to implement this in a realistic way. If you have been mostly sedentary, begin gently. Start with just 5 to 10 minutes a day. During those minutes, focus more on technique than speed. Hold your tall posture, practice deep breathing, and add very soft pelvic floor contractions on the exhale. Do not rush. After a week or two, if your body feels okay, add a few minutes more. Your medium-term goal is 20 to 30 minutes of pelvic power walking on most days of the week. If you already walk, you can transform part of your usual route into focused intervals. 5 minutes of normal walking, then 5 minutes of pelvic power technique, and repeat. It is also helpful to choose a consistent time of day. Some men prefer mornings, when the mind is fresh and the day has not yet filled with obligations. Others enjoy a late afternoon walk to release the tension of the day and prepare the body for better sleep. There is no single perfect time. The best time is the one you will actually maintain. What matters is consistency. The prostate responds not to what you do once a month, but to what you repeat most days, quietly, without drama. Let me share a few examples, without revealing identities, of the changes I've seen. One man in his late 60s came to me waking up 4 times each night. He felt drained and older than his years. We added a 15-minute pelvic power walk in the morning and another 10 minutes in the late afternoon, plus some simple adjustments in evening fluid intake. After several weeks, he reported that most nights he was waking only twice. His problem was not completely gone, but his energy during the day was dramatically better, and he began to feel that his body could still respond to his efforts. Another gentleman, 71 years old, was deeply anxious about the possibility of needing surgery in the future. His self-confidence was already shaking just from the idea. We use the pelvic power walk not as a miracle cure, but as a form of preparation, strengthening his pelvic floor, improving circulation, and building a routine that made him feel proactive. Over time, his sense of urgency during the day decreased, his stream improved slightly, and more importantly, his fear level dropped. He told me, "For the first time in years, I feel like I am working with my body instead of watching it fall apart." That emotional shift alone has enormous value. There is also the question of intimate confidence. Men often tell me, sometimes in a quiet voice, that their prostate problems make them feel less masculine, less capable, or less desirable. When you commit to a practice like the pelvic power walk, you are not only stimulating circulation and muscle tone in the pelvic region, you are sending a psychological message. I care about this part of my body. I am willing to invest in it. This renewed attention often translates into better communication with a partner, more patience with yourself, and a more relaxed, confident presence in your intimate life, even before any physical change is clearly noticeable. Of course, we need to be clear and responsible. This exercise is a powerful complement, not a replacement for medical care. If you experience burning, blood in the urine, fever, severe pain, or sudden inability to urinate, you must seek immediate medical attention. If your healthcare provider has prescribed medication, do not discontinue it on your own just because you began walking. Think of the pelvic power walk as the base of a pyramid, something you can place under any other treatment plan to improve the odds of feeling better and maintaining your well-being over the long term. As you practice, pay attention to a few common mistakes. One is over-tightening the pelvic floor, turning a gentle lift into a hard, constant squeeze. That can create more tension and discomfort instead of relief. Remember the guideline: about 1/3 of your maximum effort, always followed by a full release. Another mistake is holding the breath. If you find yourself straining, slow down, return to basic belly breathing, and then gently add the pelvic contractions again. And finally, avoid comparing yourself to your younger self. Your goal is not to walk like you did at 25. Your goal is to move with awareness, respect, and consistency at the age you are today. If I had to summarize everything we've explored into one clear line, it would be this: the most powerful natural exercise to help calm an enlarged prostate is a daily, mindful walk that combines tall posture, deep breathing, and gentle pelvic floor activation in a steady, relaxing rhythm. This simple practice supports circulation, drainage, muscle control, metabolism, and emotional confidence, all at the same time. And here is the hopeful message I want you to carry with you when this video ends. Your age does not erase your body's ability to adapt. Whether you are 60, 70, or beyond, your tissues still respond to better blood flow, calmer nerves, and smarter movement. You are not at the mercy of your prostate. You have tools, you have choices, and you can begin using them today, even if it is only for 5 minutes around the block. So my invitation is gentle but firm. Don't just listen and forget. Stand up, choose a safe path near your home, and try your first pelvic power walk. Feel your spine lengthen, your breath deepen, your steps become more intentional. Feel that subtle lift and release in your pelvic floor as you exhale and then relax. Let this become your private daily ritual of care for your prostate, your bladder, your heart, your mind, and your intimate well-being in the years ahead. If this message resonated with you, take a moment after this video to reflect on your habits. Maybe share this content with a friend or a partner who could benefit. And, if you wish, subscribe so we can continue this journey toward healthier, more confident aging together. I'm Dr. Candace Pert, thanking you for your time, your trust, and your commitment to your own well-being. Remember, you cannot turn back the clock, but you can change how you walk forward. One step, one breath, one pelvic contraction at a time.